I just look at someone originally, back to the original question, is I look at someone like Keith Richards and say, there's no one that could have abused himself. Not, and then Colleen goes, well, you don't know what he eats. He probably has a chef and he probably works out. I'm like, I don't care. Even one needle in my vein is, not good enough. And I'm thinking to myself, if I believe like everyone else that there is fate, then maybe I need to give myself a break and just live a happy, choose happiness in a selfish way, like be selfishly, like I'm going to shoot for it, um, and, there's a couple of people have told me how much they admire what I did. And I was like, my life. And I'm like, tell me. He's like, well, you guys go to concerts whenever you want. You guys go all over America and chase bands, and it's so interesting and wild. And you. I go, well, that was because I had a kid when I was young, and now I'm young and don't have any kids anymore. Like I'm just that young guy. We're just young empty nesters, and we got to figure out what to do. Really, I mean, I'm only 50.
Yeah, but I mean, that would be denying the fact. I mean, if you're not having fun doing those things, then something's wrong.
Oh, I do.
Those
No, no,
things,
no.
and
Yeah.
people do look at that and go, "Wow, that's really fantastic. I can't get away like that. I can't do those things." And just because it has some, it came from having kids young or not, that doesn't mean that it's not a beautiful thing.
It's the same though. It's the same as getting high. Like we party in the penthouse and we get buzzed and the music is flowing and the laughs and the loud and it's beautiful. And the next day we feel like shit. Well, I go to Scotland and I fucking look at my bank account and went home like, oh fuck, I'm a little hungover. I'm like, oh boy, we have to dig in. Like, it's not independent. Nothing is independent, and I just felt like is my time. Like I fucking love eating. Like I get the feeling that you get on Thanksgiving. I would love to have that feeling I enjoy that feeling every single day. Right? You know what I mean? That fucking, oh man, fucking, that's my high. I'm sure it's exactly the same as someone who drinks a 6-pack every day or somebody who smokes a blunt every day. I think it's the same. Or riding a horse, or a guy like John Yepes who gets on a bike and just murders himself and gets the endorphins. And so what am I supposed to do? Am I supposed to deny myself that? The church says yes. Society says yes. My insurance company says yes, but I don't know if that's true. I don't know. Because I was, this all started with the cancer. This all started with why me. How it doesn't even make any sense. The numbers aren't right. It doesn't make sense. I'm 46, and then somebody told me, well, how you explain a kid who's 2 years old with leukemia? Like, I'm like, me of all people should know that, having lost a daughter, like, and I fucking took me down a path. And then whatever criticism, I see this. So this is a mistake, but every time I see somebody that's conservative, my automatic preload default setting is that they're super religious as well. And I know that's not 100% true, but that's that lightweight stereotype that we have to have sometimes, or I have to have sometimes. And I go, well, then I have to question religion if you're going to behave that way. How could any capitalist be religious? Like, I don't know. How could any, I don't, you know what I mean? I'm sure there's an answer, but I don't know.
Yeah. Well, again, I live kind of along the thought that, I've got a piece of paper that's up on the wall that I look at on a daily basis that said, life is not fair.
Right.
Nobody cares.
Yeah. Nobody cares. They don't.
So should I, I'm going to die someday. So should I live every day thinking about, fuck, this is going to be tough. I'm going to die. So again, it seems real simple to me,
Yeah.
I feel good right now.
Yeah.
Having a great time on talking on the podcast.
Yeah. I feel a lot better than I did at 5.
I got a juice and I got, and I went to the store today and I had enough money to buy groceries and, man, how lucky am I, and it's, my dad took me down to Skid Row when I was young.
Yeah.
And it was basically one of those things where I think I was bitching about the JJ Newberry's tennis shoes that I had to wear. There was no name brand on
No
them.
Adidas.
They had stars and stripes on them. I looked like a kook, and he's like, "Yeah, freaking put them on and shut up." There's kids that don't have any. And I think I fought that. And we went down there and got out of the car and walked. And I was like, and it was just, to me, you never had to say another thing. And it might have been one of the biggest influences of my lifetime, is to just walk around and look at those people and see how they lived, and
hear, smell, taste,
and thought, I love my tennis shoes. It really changed my outlook on things. And I think there's things that happen to you in your life, that create that opportunity for you to reflect. And some people have tragedy, and some people have things that are just, mini tragedies, and things that aren't really, they're just roadblocks, but I think they're designed to make you pause and say, how fortunate I am. And if you don't do that, then you're probably not having too good a time driving your Maserati. You're like, yeah, whatever. Why don't I have two Maseratis? And you lose your ability to appreciate the simple things in life, which, again, if you live in the moment, some of those simple things are, sitting at the beach and just looking out at the water and going, I could live in some war-torn, poverty-stricken place. Why wasn't I born in Berlin, and live in the middle of
fucking Russia, Syria?
Why wasn't I born in Beirut, and lived that life where you knew war every day and you had to live like that, and you saw people get killed on a regular basis? Well, shit, man, I don't want to feel guilty for not being there, but I also don't want to miss the fact that I owe some gratitude, for the life that I have. And I think that if you can be satisfied to some degree, or at least be happy to some degree, that you feel fortunate, I think gratitude is one of the greatest emotions on the planet. And if gratitude's an emotion, but the feeling, of gratitude, feeling grateful for having things and being what I am, and those kind of things, there's nothing like that. That brings me down to a level of happiness and satisfaction that not much else does. And that's, to me, that's, if I can even talk about that, then I think that I got something good going on. You know what I mean? And I'm glad, and I think that's, to come full circle on, the original question is that I am absolutely sure I'm not God, and I believe there is a God of some sorts, and I'm not him. So I really don't know, and I don't think I'm ever going to know, and I don't think I'm ever going to know for sure. So what do I have the capability to do is to be grateful, to share my kindness, to do good works for people and help people that are less fortunate than me. And then, the rest is, again, a bonus or what. I don't, I used to think, like I said, I used to think karma was a thing where you got punished, eventually for doing things that I just don't believe that anymore. I don't think we're getting punished for things that we do. Because I think,
what about the Canterbury Tales? Do you believe in that side, the 7 rings of hell? And do you believe in that part, or you can't, right? Or do you?
I don't know if I know what that means.
Hell. Do you believe in hell?
I don't know. I absolutely am sure I don't know.
I appreciate that. I understand.
And again, I can't see a loving God who asks us to be humble and ask for forgiveness, to say that you're going to go for eternity to a place where you're going to be away from God.
Right.
I mean,
trust me, I'm telling you that.
I like the whole purgatory attitude. I like that whole thing. If you go to purgatory, and again, if you go to a place where you have to find yourself and repent for the things you've done, and then you're able to be with God, to me that makes sense.
Right.
But for a God to
just go,
yeah, sorry, you're out. You'll never have a chance.
I think that's what attracts me. This is gonna sound funny, and I'm not being flippant. I think that's why I kind of am into like Buddhist concepts. I really like a lot of that. Like, fuck, all right, let's go again, and let's fucking try to
That was exactly where I was going to go. I said,
Yeah.
if there's no opportunity to redeem yourself, then you have to get reborn.
Yeah,
You
you
get
have
another
to
shot at it.
You have
You
to.
have to get another shot at it, and you have to be
Oh,
able to climb the ladder. I love that.
love that.
Absolutely. Yeah, I think that's, and again, it all, everything has that feeling that you go, well, then there's people that'll go, well, fuck it, I'm gonna be reborn again. I'm gonna fucking do some bad shit. I don't care.
That's kind of what I'm saying about this fucking, why am I working out? Fuck it. If it does not matter, and all I gotta do is be nice and fat, then cool.
But see, if being nice and fat makes you happy, and you can live your life being nice and fat,
Yeah.
but what'll happen is you'll go, ugh, I don't feel good. I don't feel right. I don't feel good. And then you're not happy. You're looking for some sort of pure white light peace.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Where it's just pure. I don't have to talk myself into being happy. I don't have to talk myself into feeling good. I just am.